Okay, we are in Trailmakers this time, and I want to show all of the special tank technology that I have in this game to offer. It's not as much as other people, but it is still good enough to make a very, very nice tank. I'm going to make an Abrams today, I think. M1 Abrams. I'm going to get a picture of one alongside me. Okay, it's really similar to the Leopard 2. The hull is really similar, the turret is a little bit different. But I always start off with the tracks. And how I do these is I'll always put in as many wheels as I can see that are track links, or like the little wheels on the actual Abrams, which there are 6 on the bottom, and then there's one slightly forwards like that. And then from there I will build the hull. Okay, I have here what I would like as the turret. I'm quite aware that I'm maxing out on complexity quite fast here, which is not good. But what I have got is a nice turret, a nice hull. I've made the wheels spin a little bit on steering, and I've just done that with 2 logic gates. You might see me messing around with these logic gates in here. I have put lots of engines in here. Half of them are controlling one side of the wheels, half are controlling the other side. Both of these logic gates then make one set of wheels go one way, one set of wheels go the other way. There's probably an easier way to do this, but this is the only way I know. And then I also have some gyros for extra steering. This is for when you are moving, because when you are moving, the wheels will no longer turn in different directions. You'll have to rely on the gyros, which still works because it steers quite nicely. I've got per side of wheels, I have 3 Bulldog engines and then 1 raw engine. Pretty good acceleration and a pretty good top speed, 106 kilometers an hour going downhill, which is a lot, probably too much. I'll have to take out some more engines, because sometimes the turret design, which I'm going to try to do, doesn't like fast speeds. But I will leave it for now This guy would stop shooting me. I will leave it for now and work on the turret. I feel like that is all I've got in terms of features. I've just lifted these wheels slightly off the floor at the back here, just to make it look like this area here is just off the floor, because that is where the transmission would be on the Abrams. It's not quite enough, the suspension isn't quite keeping up, but that's as strong as it gets. And if I pull these any more down, the wheels look offset and it looks a little bit weird. I took out the 7th wheel originally, but I've put it back in now because I thought this was going to be too long. I was wrong. This is the perfect length. This is really good. And then the rest is just decals. I've put the driver's hatch and sight as decals. This exhaust panel here is just a decal to try and save on parts, and also less things for the turret to clip into. I have the exhaust at the back with a little bit of detail and some lights which respond to the L key, and then if you press S, like the brakes, like a brake light, turn L off and the lights don't work anymore. I haven't put a seat in because I'm looking to put the seat in the turret, so this should make aiming a little bit easier, so your seat follows the turret rather than your hull, so you can keep your camera straight and you can shoot things a little bit easier. Alright, I'm going to try work on the turret now. Turret has a little bit more in it that I'll probably go over, and I might, if I have some parts left, might armour up the front here. But yeah, I'm going to go in for the turret now. Alright, so for now, I'm happy with this. I ran out of complexity a bit at the end, so I can't fit a few things that I wanted to fit on. Like, gonna fit on a... There it is. It's like a little grid. It's like something to hold equipment on the back. Ooh, I know what I can put on though. As a well, kind of finishing touch. No, it won't let me do that. Okay. I'll have to try and free up some room for that. I was going to try and put the antenna on, but they need to be loose rather than not being loose, because it just looks better. So I have 2 top-mounted machine guns, similar to the M1A2. This is more like the M1A2 than anything else. Not the SEP V2 or V3, just the M1A2, the first one. Ooh, that's okay. I might unbind the engines from those wheels on the side of the turret. Other than that, I'm quite happy with this, and how it's all worked out. And onto the turret, in terms of what kind of technologies I've put in there. The first thing, which you've probably seen a lot of people do, is by putting in a piston, set the speed to -100, set your reverse key binding to the click, and then on the cannon you set your delay to 0.03. The projectile will go twice as far if it will let me put another gun in, and I can show you if I put in like H. You'll see that when I press H, the projectile lands on the mountain. When I click, it goes all the way past the mountain up to the top part. So side-by-side comparison. It's quite a bit further, you can see. So that's the first piece that I've done. If you're wondering why I've done the Abrams cheeks like I have, rather than just putting in some angled pieces, it's because if this thing gets... It's a little bit shaky. If this thing gets a little too unarmored from the front, I can always free up some room to put on armor, extra armor, which looks a little bit like... it looks a little... Oh no, please let me build it. I think it's gonna let me. Only one though. Looks a little bit like that. Just extra armor on the front. For now, I'm not going to put them on because I don't have the complexity. If I put a complexity mod on, which I'll make a separate one, a complexity mod Abrams, it'll look different. It'll look more like the SEP. It'll have all the extra protection, all on the sides, all on the turret, all on the front, all over. But for the regular game one, with no complexity, well, no mods at all, I'm going to have to stick to what I have. In terms of how the turret works, I have a 2-plane stabilizer working. So for the vertical stabilizer, all you need to do is put 2 hinges. These first 3 don't really matter, but I always set it to these because it makes me feel right. Strength is the important one. You have to set it to 0 so that the hinge is not fighting anything at all. The same for the other one. Put 2 gyro stabilizers pointing upwards, facing or flat to the gun. I'd put their strength to 10. This is not the best way to make a vertical stabilizer because, as you can see, it's quite wobbly, but it is better than... There is another one you can do with angle sensors, and that one is really jumpy because it's got like less movements in between the angles you can be going down, but it works really well. And as for the horizontal stabilizer, it is a similar affair with a rotating servo on these two. Don't this one might matter, I'm not sure. I put it there just to be safe, but again, the important thing is 0 strength. You don't need to have hold position, no key bindings, and then you can have up to 4 pistons. You can have 1 to 4. I find it's a little stronger the more you put on, and obviously the less chance it has of just falling off because you only have 1 connection point from the hull to the turret. And then you have to put on loads of weight blocks all over the turret and loads of gyros. Most of them are going to be max strength, no key bindings. One of them have key bindings on. And that will, hopefully, if you do it properly, stabilize your turret for left and right movements. That just makes it easier overall to shoot the gun. Could try put a camera on as well, but the cannon's a little bit in the way. I'll have a look what it looks like now. I need to set key binding for it as well. Set it to 1. Yeah, it's completely in the way. I mean, you can kind of see stuff behind it. You can see the crosshair at least. Oh, okay, that's not. Very shaky. What's that? Where's that go? Was he going over? No, there we go, there we go. Yeah. Mostly when I make my tanks on trail, that was a nice shot. When I make my tanks on Trailmakers, I'll make them very similar to this. I have another example. We should be sure that's saved. Of a tank I made recently, the Leopard 2. A little bit smaller, but just as complex. The turret is, it's like a cross between loads of different Leopard 2s. Like it's got the flat edge like a 2A4, but it's got the triangle shape on the front like a 2A7, and the longer barrel like a 2A7 as well. It's got similar things as the Abrams, with a 2-plane stabilizer again. It's got the same piston on the turret. This only has one machine gun, actually. It only has one. It's a little bit slower. It's just because it's just older, really. I didn't really know as much. This is a good example, though, of me using the armor on the side here. It's a little bit of extra armor, just with plates. I haven't really managed to test it that much, but from what I have been seeing from when I've been playing, it seems pretty good. This gun is also stuck green. Ah, it's because it's a decal, I've just realised that. And that is because the original Leopard I made was green for less sandy environments. It's also slightly more complex. I don't know why. And the turret is a little slower, I think, than the Abrams as well. Oh, you know what's funny as well? I never filled in those holes. I'm gonna keep it like that. But now that I have the Abrams, the base game Abrams. Oh, that shouldn't happen. There you go. A little bit temperamental. Let's see if the turret is a little bit too tall as well, but it's all I can make work in Trailmakers, because I'm not the best at building. So let's see if we can find good breaks too. Find a public server and fight some people. Alright, I finally found a server that actually wanted to do some sort of tank conflict. All the others are just planes and build and chill. Which, you know, if you so much as touch anyone, you are removed. Well, I mean, it is in the name, build and chill, but oh well. I just need someone to test it. Oh, misses. Oh, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. That was also a good hit. Ooh. He died instantly. Oh, that got my gun. Is that now? It's a little tankette. We're still going, we're still stranding, we're still standing. No engines though, can't move at all. Oh, we can. No, we can move, just. Character deaths, yeah. It is annoying. Never mind, this thing's still fast. Game is loving this. Oh my god. Get him again. These machine guns are nuts. Oh, that was a bit close. And there I go. Let's try this again. Ooh, a little higher. Ooh, almost got him. Really see the stabilizer working there. I will say the vertical stabilizer is a lot more useful than the horizontal one. I think I ate a chicken or something. But they're both still nice to have. Coming up on this guy with this ridiculous speed we have. Missed again. Notice the turret is swaying a bit to the right. That's a good hit though, that's a good hit. Just prepared. Oh, he's coming. Ooh. Yeah, we got... Oh, barrel's stuck in him. We're stuck in him. He's whipping around. Oh, stabilizer. Uh-oh. No! See, the stabilizer took over there. Almost worked. No, I'm done. Yep. Hit twice. So that's where, if I had armor on the side and on the front, it would have helped a lot. Especially in shielding the gun a bit. And now I'm just getting slower because my engines are getting hit, and there I go. Oh my god. Separated from my base. This is nuts. We almost got him. Missed. Jesus. Yeah, that hit him a little bit. You can see how aiming is quite a bit easier with the two-plane stabilizer. Just keeping my turret still. I would not be able to hit those shots if I didn't have it. Ooh, that's not good. That should not have happened at all. Oh my god, he's fast. Oh my god. That's so fast. No, no, no. Come on. Oh, that thing's terrifying. No, I missed. This is not going to be good at all. Oh, I'm aiming at my own falling off parts. The cannon is just barely on. I'm flying now. And the stabilizer is okay. Yeah, that is the other problem with having a lot of moving parts. This game can't deal with them well. If you get shot. So there's two ways to avoid that. Number one, armor. Number two, just don't get hit. Easier said than done. But still, just don't get hit. Oh, there it goes again. That should not be happening at all. There is no reason why that should be happening. That sucks. I thought it was an L3. Tankette. It was supposed to be an L3. Yeah, that's quite good. Looks pretty much like one. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hopefully, if I get a little bit more popular, I can string together actual servers where I can do a bit of PvP. Yeah, here's where you can see the two-plane stabilizer really having a cool effect. Shot it off again, the gate. Yeah, I am gonna have to make the SEP V2 and just fill it full of armor, just full of armor everywhere. It's gonna be a lot heavier, might need to look quite a bit different, but that is what I will try to do to that Abrams next. But anyway, that has been the Abrams in Trailmakers. I love making vehicles, I love vehicles in particular. That's why, you know, the first 3 videos on my channel have been about combat vehicles. Planes, tanks, and tanks. He is still blowing me up. He is good at blowing me up as well. Yeah, he is very good at blowing me up. Anyway.
Goodbye.